I got some type of loading screen. Okay, we're going to do Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. It is a go. As we're just going to jump right in. We do have Ward Turtle playing Rumble in the top lane. Kyoshirin playing Lee Sin. We got more Gerst playing Ziggs in mid lane. Ultimate Ace now on Lucian, and Mycroft Holmes on Thresh in top lane. Rajek got tired of getting beaten down by Kled, so he's the one taking it in this game. Double O'Donger is on the Olaf. George P. Burdell likes his mages and is going Lux. Goonball pulling a Jinx, and Chiosen playing Tarek. As we now see a 5-man invade in Thresh. Oh, dies the flash, but not misses that one from Lux, as there is lots of damage and Ignite coming out, and Thresh has taken the shield, but Lux picks up first blood. Great job. This time by Zero Trick Ponies of getting a really good invade in. Now they do have to burn 2 flashes and an Ignite from their side, but Thresh loses his flash, so bot lane should be okay as long as Goonball doesn't get hit by too many of those hooks. I think Goonball gets hit by hooks. Chat, you can correct me. Maybe it's Chiosen, or maybe it's I don't know, the Ziggs getting hit by Lux bindings in this matchup. That's going to decide it for either team. So as they mentioned, it is on patch 7.6, so no Lux buffs in this. No Jinx buffs. I guess Jinx got a buff with her Chomper's cooldown being reduced. As we see the junglers both start on the bottom half of the map, it's going to be probably action-packed down here in the bot lane, as Rumbles takes boots, pots, as Kiroshin gets stunned and does able to get the Lantern out, but he is now down to a quarter health. He took too many axes to the face by the Broloff there. Is that Broloff? Yeah, it's Broloff. Jinx now should be able to get some nice in. Lucian with the longsword and pots. Interesting start there, as we do like to see most AD carries start with that Doran's Blade for that additional health and lifesteal, but he did start with 3 potions. His support's the one not with the heal, where Tarek does have the heal to go up against that. As we see bombs now being traded with Lux Light magical thingies, as we now going to see Olaf go in here for a gank onto the Ziggs, who's now going to pop the satchel charge, but it gets followed by the Q and the E. There's the shield coming out by Gerst, and the lane throws a Q back in onto Broloff. Come on, man. That's not cool. Oh, great. Okay, Lee Sin, you showed up for a random auto attack and took that nice kill away from the Ziggs, because Ziggs had done all the work there. Somehow, how did that go through it all? There was so many minions there. I'm not sure how Lee Sin was able to land that Q through all of those minions. I'm going to watch the replay on my phone while we let the rest of the screens do their thing. Holy moly, that's ridiculous. That Q from Lee Sin, absolutely nuts. Right before Lux got to the minions, was Q landed and down. So once again, just like game 1, lots of kills traded, but this time the invade goes in favor of Zero Trick Ponies. Up in this top lane, we see, or bottom lane, because since that's what we're looking at here, Jinx is getting kind of pushed in down here to the harassment of there's one hook coming out by Thresh, and there is a flay, but the next Chompers is going to get some more damage down onto the Lucian. There is Kled is now the one dealing the damage, and once again, it seems like Kled in this early game, but no, Q is not going to be able to finish off, and one axe is going to be able to come down, and there goes the second axe, as Donger gets minion blocked, and down goes Broloff. Man, that was poor Broloff. No ult yet to save him, as Lee Sin's going to try, and this is another free gank by the Lee Sin, unless Kled can get on the Skarl, not in time. Lee Sin with the cleanup kill so far in this game. as we now look as Hook's coming out. Rumble now has 5 health pots as he's going to go back up to top lane as we're looking down in the down in mid lane here as teleport comes out by Kled, misses Bear Trap on a rope, and Lee Sin lands a little bit more damage, and Poke comes out. So there's the stun coming out from Taric, does land, but no follow-up by the Jinx. I'm not sure how the Taric Jinx lane works purposely together. I know that each have their own place, so just not sure if this was a comfort matchup for them versus something that's really oppressive that the Thresh Lucian can bring to the bot lane. Olaf's in for a little bit of counter jungling here, not doing particularly getting anything as he's going to get in on the Jinx. Gank probably up here onto the Rumble as we see Lee Sin's going to go down to bot lane here, and Rumble is probably going to go down here. He has no flash. 1 axe, 2 axe, and you know, the Kled trying to land. There's Bear Trap on a rope, and down goes, not close enough to tower this time. Broloff, don't worry, you're not going to go down there. Lee Sin is taking his Krugs down in the bottom half of the map, as it seems like the repetitive ganks in the top half, but for both of these teams, really impactful in the first game of this match, and the second game is Lee Sin's going to come in here, try and get a level 6 gank in. Oh, jeez. Jinx is only level 4, hits level 5 as the gank happened, but Lucian's going to appear, and this Chomper stop the Thresh from going any further, tosses off a Hail Mary hook, lands on the, you know, Taric, who just laughs it off. Okay, and the first round of buffs should be coming up about now here, so both the junglers will be on the bottom half of this map. Maybe one of them want to set up for a control, as we see an ult going off in the top lane. Kled's going to just ult in just to get back to lane, trying to, well, I guess his teleport is down, so couldn't have used that to get back up here. We look at the gold here, and the Lee Sin does have the most gold in the game with over 3,000. No one else is sitting. They're all below 2.5 right now. So Olaf is going to be down in the bottom just with a nice lane game to try and relieve some pressure here before he goes to set up to give blue to Lux. But he's going to hit the, you know, oh no, Lee Sin is here, and Thresh is trying to get in range of a hook or a flay, and there's the sight plant scene as Jinx from the back to side comes in but gets hooked, and that's going to be a dead lady. Ziggs ult? No. Oh, Lux laser, no! Two! Flash, no! Okay, I'm really tired. As Ziggs does land some bombs to counteract, so George P. Burdell does make it down to pick up the nice double in retaliation of her lady AD carry going down. So I'm not sure if someone picked up the blue buff in the blue side or the red side, as we see them switching. Lee Sin has picked up the Moby boots, whereas everyone else is just sitting on level 1 boots if they've picked up any at all. Double Dunger getting off some nice job clicking some wraiths here. So you see Chirosin is just trying to get this wave push into tower before the other enemy bottom lane can make it back. It's not going to happen, as he did take a couple of tower shots. The Skarl dashing around in the top lane, just going to try and take out some minions here, try and play catch up. Rajak doing a lot better in this game. I think at 8 minutes, I think he already had like 3 or 4 deaths in game 1. In this case, he has got 2 assists, so holding a little bit. The top laners, they're better CSing anyway in this game, as we see Kled going in onto Rumble. Rumble's going to turn around. He's going to overheat here as soon as the Sion ult goes down. Rajak's going to step in it. Skarl runs away. This may be in trouble if Rumble can land another E, and there's a heat, and one more auto-powered auto attack should finish him up. And Lee Sin shows up yet again for a KS by Kiro Shirin, just padding that Lee Sin KDA. He's going to run into Olaf here. Broloff throws out an axe. Lee Sin with the Q. Only one lands. As no, they're going to stick around and fight as the mid laners are duking it out in the mid lane, and Olaf is going to finish this off. Lux Laser finishes off Lee Sin, but he got the best of Olaf first. Now Lux, Jinx is going to be trying to secure as the hook lands in onto it. There's the ult coming out from the Thresh as they try to catch in. Ziggs gets hit, caught once, and here is Rumble, who finishes up with the combo of Ziggs. Flash is going down in the mid lane, so we got kills going on every side, and the zero trick ponies as Jinx gets hit by yet another hook. Great ult, or E trying to come out from, but there's the ult from the Taric is not going to be able to save the Jinx. As there's the Lantern taking Lucian out of there, and you know, Rajek's teleport in. Great teleport play by the Kled here as he's going to now tower dive. Misses the bear trap on a rope, and Rumble has run down here from mid lane when he was there, and Skarl has ran away into the bushes. This is not looking good. Here comes Lee Sin. Can he get another kill still for his team? Trying to be impactful in all parts of the game as Kled misses the Q, but does get hit by an axe. As we see now, Kled is the one down here just trying to push off the power as this game has gone for kills, not for objectives. Pretty much like the first game between these two series, as we see Olaf using the Blast Cone to get over, and there's the ultimate just trying to get in range. Flash comes out from War Turtle. The top laners are just hanging out in bot lane here. They have been down here for a really long time. Kled is still not on Skarl. Nice ult coming out after the Olaf has gone down. Lee Sin has gone in onto the AD carry. It's not going to be enough. Lucian is here as Kled's trying to get Skarl back, but it's not going to be enough. You know, top lane has not had a top lane champion for almost 2 minutes now as Lux is trying to over the field, misses the Q. Skarl needs one more hit to, or one more million down. Oh no, Lee Sin with the nice Q ward hop. Is he going to try and kick? Nope, heal comes out from Taric and misses that out. We're going to try and clear out some wards as we see Kled has finally picked Skarl back up. And with the junglers down here, Ziggs has got free time in mid lane. And Lee Sin is waiting for Lux to come around the corner, but Lux uses the laser from the side to try and clear it out. But she took Wolves in as we see Kled. He's going to do an engaged ult here, but Lux is going to go down to Ziggs ult as we see Kled jumping in onto Ziggs with the help of Olaf. That's going to be a dead little Yordle, but Lee Sin's going to come in from the backside. His kick is primed and ready to go if needed, and here is bear trap and a rope, but down goes Skarl, so he's going to from out. Looks like Taric went down in the bot lane as this mid 3v3 was happening. We are still almost 13 minutes in the game, and no one has taken Dragon, as Double O'Donger is going to use the Blast Cone to get into the Dragon Pit, but run straight away as Taric saw him do it, so not a safe Dragon attempt, as Lux is going to try and catch up a little bit on farm. Has now really started to fall behind in the CS range, and so has Kled, so the CS advantages for Team Rocket has gone a lot in their favor. That's probably why they're up 2K gold lead, besides the 4 extra kills. Olaf with the pink ward takes out another blue ward, and we see the top laners are finally back to top lane as Rumble is pushed in onto the Rajak up there. He does have the Sork shoes in the Lichbane, or not Lichbane, what am I drawing a blank here? Leandri's Torment there, so lots of pen coming in as we see a, oh no, mid lane's looking bad, and there's the Jinx ult, not going to be enough, but Olaf and Lux take down Ziggs and Lee Sin, teleport from the Rumble, not going to be enough. There's an ult. Hook come out. The hook steal by Thresh has taken away Olaf's soul. Some more clearing out by some wards. So the strengths of the roaming, you know, Lee Sin has picked up a lot of good kills for his team, but there's a lot of action here. Nothing has actually progressed team-wise for either one other than the CS lead for Team Rocket. the gold, and that's where their gold lead is coming from. Now they've picked up 3 additional kills, but it hasn't amounted to anything. No dragons have been taken. No real towers have been taken, but no real tower damage. I mean, this mid as that happens. Here comes in Kled for an ult. He's gonna get in onto Yordle with the Lux ult as Flash comes out from Ziggs, and Rajek's going to finish off the Yordle, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. This Skarl's gonna run away, and Lux finishes off Rumble. So who's also a Yordle. But he rides a mechanical beast. Whoa, Lee Sin in here yet again. Nice kick of Olaf. Not going to land into Kled, though, so he's not going to go down, as Lee Sin's now going to get in onto Lux, cause the Lux the Flash, who has red buff, while Lee Sin has blue buff. Kind of a weird predicament that we're in here. More kills being traded back and forth by these teams. By, in this case, you know, one-trick ponies, zero-trick ponies, picking up back up some kills, and they're finally going to take the first objective at the game in almost 16 minutes. Does look like Olaf will secure that in a nice little heal coming out from the Taric as they roam around to the other sections. So as everyone returns to the lanes, Lux is going to be picking up this blue buff here. She's in a really good situation for her team. She's the one probably with the most gold. Yep, she is just under 7,000, while no one else on her team is even to 6. And that's the closest one is the jungler, and he's only at 5.5. Whereas Lee Sin is the most old on his team, as he now hits the E as he's jumping in onto Kled there. Not going to be enough. But he does have 3 other team members who are all above 5,000, whereas you know, the red team does not. As Olaf is going to run in here with the Taric W on. Looks like we may set this up. He goes through the ult there so he can get through the cage, set up by Great Flight, but not going to be enough. Jinx is not going to be able. Taric somehow took that kill. Not sure how that happened. Probably an auto attack. As Jinx is now going to tower dive. Now she's the one getting blocked by minions. We've got a lot of minion blockage going on in this game. Someone needs to get like a some Mylanta or Muralax for those minions. All the blockage. Ult coming out by Taric here, probably just to keep themselves alive. I'm not sure what they're doing. Either they stick around and try to take this out. Lucian with the flash in, not going to be enough. Down goes the Lucian. Baited him in with the super low Lux, as we see Lee Sin up in the top lane stealing Krugs. And now Taric going to heal up the Olaf and get this wave pushed into tower. And Lee Sin maybe look to get a dive in onto that tower, as Rajek's going to try and counter engage. But Lee Sin is tanking up the tower. Does land the Q. That's going to be a dead angry Yordle, as they should get first tower with this, because Ziggs is roamed to the bot lane to pick up that one, as Ziggs is going to throw out the bombs to try and get the jungler and support a pushback. Lux is down here as well. Took the long way around, not enough to make her time. She's going to land out the full combo here onto Thresh, but with the shield is going to survive. Throws out the hook just to steal CS from Ziggs. Counter push coming in on the bot wave here now, as Lucian does not have the culling up just yet to try and clear out the wave that doesn't exist, because I'm not watching the screen. Lux throws out a nice little shield onto Jinx. Now here comes Lee Sin onto Lux, and there's the teleport, and another teleport from top lane. Lux is nice, does the Q onto Rumble, but that's not going to be enough. Lucian's dance over the wall. Kled is going to charge in here from the backside. Olaf's going to collapse on the other side. Jinx is on one side. Oh no, that's a blast cone, and the blast cone comes out and Rumble's in on top. Oh no, Olaf has to run through the Rumble. That's not going to be enough. Kled's deal damage. Lucian's going to just lay out the culling. Lee Sin's going to dive in there. Ziggs throwing out bombs over the side. I don't know if he's going to be able to satchel charge out of this. He's going to have to try and do something, because he's stuck between him and Olaf and Taric, and his allies are laying stuff over the wall. As Lee Sin kills off Kled. Taric finishes off the Ziggs. So Ziggs goes down. They trade more laners, mid laners for mid laners, but Jinx went down in that fight. We are now 18-16, under 20 minutes. Can we get 20 kills by one team in the next 45 seconds? Lux did her best attempt, but Lux laser down the line, but it's not going to be enough. Olaf's going to be able to take down this bottom tower. As you kind of look at the gold discrepancy down there, if you want to kind of check into it, and we'll tab it back over here. So as we touch base on the items, Kled hasn't completed a single item yet, whereas Rumble has 3 completed items. Now Kled has broken his items up into different parts, but I'm not sure if that's the wisest decision or out of necessity because he needed to get that that Hex Drinker. Well, that is a lot of pen coming out from Rumble, and considering the only MR is on the side of Kled and the shield. Oh, that's a great hook by the Thresh, who's going to flay Jinx. No one is there to follow that up, though. Ziggs Bomb comes out not enough. As we see, Lucian here is going to try and get some poke damage in onto Olaf. Lee Sin's going to ward hop over the wall. I think they're going to try and collapse. Nope, Lee Sin's going to head up north, and he throws a Q out, but Lux Led's a little bit too quick for him. And now we're just doing the ward clearing game as we've now put Double O'Donger in a split push scenario against the Lucian. Interesting selection to put the jungler in a split push, but the Jinx is a little, only 20 CS behind, so not that far behind. Has finished her Hurricane up to the point where she does have the long sword, so that should be a near completed item here soon. Oh no. Jinx face checks Rumble, wrapping around the corner there, and with all that M-Pen, that's a dead, you know, so fast. Double Dunger has to be pushed off by the Lucian, so the blue team here, there's a lot of AoE magic damage, so the Taric getting the locket really early is really good for the zero-trick ponies, but I just don't think it's going to be enough because the Rumble is 6-3 and 5. His damage right now is pretty massive. Going up to this particular team fight for Dragon, as I scroll down there for a look at it, it is just an Ocean Drake, so not an important Drake at the moment, but both teams would like to have it. In fact, Lucian's going to come back from base to try and maybe contest it if they want to get it on spawn. But the key is Rumble is here and it does have level 2 in ult. And that can be absolutely disgusting as Rumble actually gets caught out trying to steps back but gets destroyed before he can take the Lantern. I think the Lantern made him hit the Chompers. And with that kill, this should be a relatively free Dragon for the red team. Lucian comes in with the calling, hook comes out, Kled just blocking off as Olaf secures the second Drake. Fire is going to be the next one as we see Lux trying to get a pick here into the blue teams behind the red buff here. They do not have priority on this mid lane. They have to go back and try and catch the minion waves to push them in. But they may be able to get to this top wave and push it in before it bounces back at them. But let's look here as we're going to stay in the mid lane. Both teams want to ARAM it here for the next minute or so. Hooray! More farming as Lee Sin has picked up a GA and smites away the red buff. Kira Sheeran playing dirty with the jungle here with the blast cone says, Olaf, you go over one wall, I'll go over the other wall. We'll see you next time. Oh, jeez. And the hook pulls over, and now we've started the engage here, as it looks like the Taric ult is going to come out, but it's only going to help 3 people become invulnerable. Kled doesn't engage, but he goes in onto the tanky members here. Rumble's now up in the front line. Flash hook coming out from Thresh. Ult from Ziggs comes out. Lee Sin in the back gets a nice kick off on the Taric, separates the support from the carries in the back line here, as that's going to be someone coming back from the grave. Lee Sin there as Lucian picked up one, Rumble picked up one. Now once you get Ziggs to this tower, can Lux use her AoE damage? Lee Sin, is he going to Lee Syndrome? Is he going to Lee Syndrome? Doesn't look like he's going to Lee Syndrome. But Thresh hook in onto Olaf. That's going to be a dead Broloff. And Thresh is going to pay for his life for it. And Lux takes that one down with her ult instead of just letting the tower take it. Lux using her abilities here to try and get a little bit of a pick off. Not sure if that's the best idea. Instead of just trying to clear out the minions, get the minions away from the tower. Lucian doesn't have the the longest range as an AD carry. Heal comes out from Taric. Try and heal up this Jinx, who is now needs to complete the next item. She needs the game to last longer, so she can get into these more extended fights because she needs more damage right now. She hasn't even finished up her IE. Well, Lucian's already on the Phantom Dancer. You know, Rumble's almost completed his Zonia's there, and with that said, we see a teleport coming in by Kled here, and straight into 3 members with Lee Sin and Lucian and Rumbles. Rumble tanks most of the tower, but the wave clear is enough to push them off. But Lux and Brolov and the Tarek are in the mid lane trying to get a counter push of their own, as Ziggs uses his ult to take down the mid wave. Olaf throws some axes and looks like it's going to go down. George P. Purnell with the long laser of the night. That's the second one he's gone with, just the tip of the laser here, as we now see Thresh is dying to Raptors. I don't know, just so he can land the hook over the wall. Great timing by Microcraft Holmes. I'm not sure if you have to tank the race there if you want to set up that play. You can just click into the wall. You should be able to put your character next to it. Either way, it was nice, sweet hook. And now we see Lee Sin's going to try and get down, and the hook's coming out. The Thresh hooks have been landing tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as he has now matched Tarek's Locket with a Locket of his own, but he has gone for the red Sightstone Trinket, so his you know, cooldown reduction on his active abilities is going to be reduced here as we get finished up here, as the blue team has pulled a 4K gold lead just about here as they're going to get finished off. Rumble's going to collect this top wave farm. Neither team's been able to collect and finish up. There's the ult coming in by Kled with the Tarek. Going to be able to take out Thresh. Down goes one. Lee Sin ult's going to come in, or Q comes in, not going to be enough. Now they're invulnerable. It's kind of a little bit late because just to delay them off. They've only taken out the support. They're going to try to have to push in hard. The culling plus the ult coming out from Ziggs is going to take them out. Olaf's trying to run into the back, but Rumble ult's going to stop the other backlanders from following in. Lucian takes down one, but goes down himself too. Lux, Flash comes out with the heal from Jinx as she's going to go down. One auto attack, another one. She's trying to spam Q. Nice Flash E by the Rumble into at least Sin Q as Lux comes in, takes out one. Ziggs finishes off the other. Everyone goes down except for Lee Sin and Ziggs. Whew. Okay, so we are getting probably to the nit and gritty here as Lee Sin and Ziggs try and push this lane up. That all started off with a pick on Ziggs. That team fight lasted so long though that it wasn't really in favor of anyone other than the fact that the blue team got to snowball a little bit further ahead. But they're trading kills for kills, and trading 3 kills for 5 if you're the red team, but not losing any objectives is not the end of the world. You're just trying to stall this game out as long as you possibly can here. You want to get Jinx to that really hyper carry status. You want Olaf to get way tankier than what Lee Sin can do. You need to get a chance for a little bit maybe MR even on some of their members to deal with the AoE damage coming out from the Rumble and from the Ziggs. Lucian is going to fall off compared to Jinx in the late game team fights here as but this all depends on how they deal with around the objectives. We see the next Dragon setup as Thresh lands a hook onto Tarek. That's enough. Oh no, George is dead. He basically got 2-shot by the Rumble there, and with the Ziggs landing like 1 auto attack. All of that magic pen with no MR is a dead, late Lux there. So, and Thresh with the long range hook is trying to keep in. There's the ult, the box cage flash coming out from Tarek. He's going to go down. Ult from Ziggs throws out, and Lucian's going to Blade of the Rune King, Jinx's speed away, and Rumble's going to start off Dragon. Now this is a 3-kill combo that can finally get some objectives for the blue team. And Olaf just died. That's 4 kills. That's 4 kills. I think there's maybe some tilt as Kled just says, F it, I'm going to the top lane, I'm going to take a tower. And we got 3 members pushing in onto the bottom tower here with Rumble and Ziggs. Rumble for the wave clears. Nice Q coming out to stop Thresh from doing an engage. But Lee Sin is here. Nice flash by Juice Porbuda as Lee Sin is you know, trades flash for flash, misses yet another Q, is just running up to Lux as Kled has cleared out the top wave tower. So that's the last outer tower other than the mid lane. I forgot about the mid tower, as we've watched so much of that in this matchup now, as you know, Team Rocket has almost they got 9k gold lead now at the moment. This Rumble is really getting strong into this end of mid game, beginning of late games team fighting stage, and they need to do something probably about, like I said, the AoE magic damage is really kind of what's collapsing and hurting them on right now. And once again, I only see Merc Treads and a Hex Drinker for MR items coming out from Zero Trick Ponies. They're trying to get as much damage to trade damage for damage as yet there's another ult. Just the wave clear from these mid laners has been pretty miraculous, but a better job by Gerst of using his abilities to make sure the waves get completely mitigated, while George P. Purdell has sometimes used his abilities a little bit more aggressive to help make picks, because Lux needs to get those picks going, because Ziggs can throw his ult from further than Lux can shoot her laser. We see a couple pings on Baron, but that could be just to let them know that they've placed some wards. Now, as we see, Lee Sin's going to try and get in, but there's a flash out by the Kled there. I don't think that was necessary. He'd already used his Q, and he had missed the slow range, so that nothing was going to happen coming out of that. As we're back to the ARAM here, there's the ult coming out from Broloff because he got a hook landed on him. Not necessary, as we're going to see, oh no, Lee Sin is stuck in the back here, and he lands a great kick of Jinx through 3 people, as there's the ult by Taric. Jinx does not go into the Taric ult, though. She is not invulnerable here, as we now see Lee Sin going to die here, but he does have GA. Jinx finally in the back, trying to lay down some poke, but we see one Zhonya's keep up as Lux lands some Q damage as Olaf has gone down. Kled is now stuck between 4 members, and this is probably going to be dead. Kled Skarl runs away. Lux trying to land some poke over the wall to help her teammate. Jinx and Cleric. Lisa jumps over the wall. Cube damage and no hook, and one more shot from Jinx. Down goes Lisa. Jinx now with the wave clears. Thresh tries to throw out yet another hook to land things great, and there's the... Oh, bye-bye. Lux, another snipe. There's the Master Remote coming out from Thresh. You can throw that all you want, buddy, but you're still dead. So we now see Jinx has actually now passed Lucian in a farm, but does only have the 2 kills compared to her 6 deaths. As we see... What do you know? Olaf finally got a Negatron cloak there. Good for him. As we see teleport coming in from Kled into this Baron, we're going to see them try and rush this. It looks like the Chompers were thrown out to keep away the Rumble. I'm not sure if that was wise enough to throw them that early. Rumble is the only one here. This Baron is going down fast. As all the damage Rumble lays down the ult, not enough, is that the red team has picked up Baron. Cole coming out from the red as they're trying to keep people out of the base. I think this is a rush Baron, and down goes Olaf. There's one Baron buff down, and they're going to be able to take off the second one off Kled. But Jinx, Lux, and Taric are going to be able to get back, so they're going to use a Baron hopefully here to stall out so they don't get pushed in too hard. And with 5 members on their team, they're just going to rush it down the mid lane here, as they're going to maybe try and get another pick, but split between, and Lux damage is coming out in Storm here, and able to take things out, as there is Thresh Hook does land in onto the Taric. Not going to follow that one up, as the Chompers were nice landed defenses here. Lux is not here. Trust throws out one, but there's 2 Canyon minions here, as they're trying to use as much as they can to get Lucian in on this tower. But once the tower goes down, there's some trouble. Thresh is way far deep. Taric uses the ult, but he's going to go down before it spawns. Thresh lands a nice hook onto Jinx, and I think this may be real trouble, as Lee Sin kicks Lux back into the team fight. Kled has just come back and respawned, but that's not going to be enough time, as his teammates is dead. His ult's going to go off, and it does hit someone, but Lucian's going to finish him off before anything can happen. There's another Mastery Remote from a dead Thresh, as now we see Olaf here by himself. Lee Sin lands a cube. but I don't think he's going to follow it. As they're going to try and push in here for the win, as Olaf is going to try and spam his Qs to, you know, clear out some minions here. And there's Lucian going in onto Olaf, trying to keep him away from the minions. Lee Sin is primed. His kick is not up just yet, but it will be here shortly. Keep him away as Lucian Rumble is going to take down the tower. That was game 6 of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This was a very long stream. I did 6 camera games, and I casted the last 2 solo, and I talked a lot. Hopefully, it was as entertaining the cast. It was entertaining the cast. I rather enjoyed myself as it was to listen. I know the last games of the night, not the most active live watchers, but we will have the VODs up and going on to the chats coming up. So make sure you check out streams and highlights and the hashtag there to check out that room. And the VODs of all 6 games should be up there tomorrow night, probably later in the evening, because I work nights or evenings into night, whatever you want to call it. For those, thank you all for watching. Shout out to Styx and Gibby for doing the first 4 matches of the day. And as we go in here, we do need to get some other divisions taken care of in the next couple of weeks here as well. So definitely be looking out for not only games in those divisions, but more games from this divisions as things start to ramp up here, as week 2 has been completed and things are going to get heated for the playoffs.